there. Welcome back to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. Well, I'm assuming that you've been here before. If you haven't, if this is your first time, yay, you found me. Congratulations. Thanks for coming back if you're a subscriber too. My subscribers know that my goal is to give the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so you can decide whether or not you want to spend time or money watching a particular movie. Now, my goal is to give you no spoilers, but to just kind of fill you in. I'll give you tips for parents. I'll give you an overview in a nutshell. Then I'll share things I liked, things I didn't like. I'll offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, funny lines, interesting lines, and we'll finish up with other films that are sort of similar that you might also really like if you like this one. All right, so first of all, the movie I'm reviewing today is called Three Wiser Men and a Boy. The film is TVG and is definitely family friendly. It's an hour and 30 minutes long, and the overall movie review mom grade I'm giving it is a B+. So in a nutshell, the story is about three brothers who step up under duress to save the elementary school Christmas musical after the stressed out director quits. They also have to deal with their mom's new boyfriend and manage traditions and new family dynamics. So just like the first one that came out in 2022 called Three Wise Men and a Baby, the film was directed by Terry Ingram. It was the most watched TV movie on cable in 2022. Isn't that amazing? So writing credits go to Paul Campbell, Kimberly Susted, and Russell Hainline. So Paul and Kimberly wrote the screenplay for the first movie and starred in it too. I have four sons, so I really got a kick out of the first movie that shows these three brothers. And it's cheesy and campy, and I love it. And there's more of the same for this next one. So quick tips for parents. There is some alcohol, there is some kissing, but there's no profanity, nothing really crude or offensive. Yay! Some of the themes that are illustrated really well are brotherhood, competitiveness, teamwork, parenting, not feeling good enough, second chance of love, jealousy, courage, forgiveness, and change. So some of the things that I really liked about this movie include and begin with the handsome brothers. They are perfectly flawed and played by Andrew W. Walker, Tyler Hines, and Paul Campbell, making their characters feel very realistic and still very charming. What they do is exaggerated yet authentic at the same time. The brothers have a lot of hilarious banter, playful zingers that they throw at each other, and physical humor. We even get a reprise of their popular dance number from the very first movie. I love seeing Margaret Collin as the sweet mom. She's had a great career for decades. All of the school children are totally adorable in this, and all of the characters learn important life lessons and share the Christmas spirit. They become a little wiser with each movie. So for the list of things that I didn't like, I really can only think of a couple. First of all, some of the scenarios are super ridiculous. The movie definitely doesn't take itself seriously, and you shouldn't either. And then it's all good fun. I felt really bad for Susie, played by Fiona Vroom, because her boyfriend, brother Stephen, who's played by Paul Campbell, is so clueless that she's dying for him to propose. And he's just so insensitive. And I was just like, come on. And she'd been with him for a long time in this movie. And I thought, okay, girls. And I was just talking to a good friend the other day who's doing the same thing. She's been dating this guy for like 7 years, and he's not putting a ring on it, and I'm like, you deserve better than that. Anyway, I don't want to go on a whole rant about that. So let me give you some funny lines and interesting lines that I heard. You can see all of them on my written review at moviereviewmom.com. So Taylor is such a funny character. He's one of the brothers, played by Tyler Hines. And so something happens, I think somebody smacks him and he goes, that hurts. Why do I like that? He's sort of that edgy brother. And then the principal says, the only thing I don't have. And then Taylor, again played by Tyler Hines, says, enough money to retire. And I was like, ouch, that's so rude for school, principals. And then Tyler, again, so playful, the whole movie, he meets this new girl. So he playfully says, like what you see. And then this woman who is an equal match for him says, it's so bad but so good. And that he's kind of like, whoa, this woman is kind of like me, but a girl version. And in fact, Stephen, the other brother played by Paul Campbell, says, she's you, but a better version. And then Caroline, who is this woman in question, says to Tyler, Taylor, you're the weirdest thing I've ever met. Don't ever change. And so they really dig each other's vibe, and it's really cute to see that. And then in the middle of this chaos, they're trying to put together this Christmas show. Matt Hamilton plays this guy who steps in to try to save the day, and he says, question, what's the school board's policy on black market penguins? Because he's just going over the board with all these props and all the silly stuff. That was kind of cute. Anyway, there are more funny lines like that. And then for interesting lines, I thought this was interesting, spoken by Christopher Shire, who plays a pastor. And he says, as a pastor, Christmas is my business. And I thought that was interesting and kind of true too. Miles Marthaler says, of the line, a noble fur is noble for sure. And I thought that's true. Another line spoken by Caroline is, when you dream big, sometimes you got to live small. And I thought that was interesting. And I think what she meant was, for example, the good old Dave Ramsey financial success advice is, if you want to live like everybody else, living at large, then you need to live like nobody else, meaning you're willing to save money so that you don't have the big, huge debt that everybody else seems to have. Anyway, an interesting conversation, I think. So an interesting topic. And then another thing that Caroline says, I keep smacking my microphone with my hand. Sorry about that. Hopefully you're not hearing that. She says, when you go all in, you got to be willing to risk it all. And again, I don't know if that's an exaggerated philosophy that I agree with, but it's certainly one that's interesting and worth talking about. And then another line that Caroline says is, life is too much fun to do it alone. And I love that. That absolutely is true. I absolutely agree with that. And then Fiona Vroom says, charming is when you may look foolish, but you do it anyway. All right, I could tell you more interesting lines, but let me give you some recommendations for 3 films that I think are sort of similar that you might really enjoy. So the first one is an older movie from 1986 called 3 Men and a Baby. Kind of the inspiration, I would say, for this Hallmark movie, where it's 3 single men and they've got to all of a sudden figure out what to do with a baby. It's cute. I don't remember that one being a Christmas movie like this little franchise is. The second one is called Look Who's Talking. Also another older one, but it's got some fun celebrities that you might recognize and some cute special effects for a talking baby at the time. And then another one is called Christmas by Starlight. And that one was written by Sustad and Campbell as well, the two of the writers that wrote this one. You can click in the description below and find links to all 3 of those. So thank you so much for watching. When you get a minute, subscribe, like, comment down below. You know the drill, all that kind of stuff. And have a very Merry Christmas. See you in the next one. Bye for now.